So, welcome to part 1 of 6 of my Sacred Self series, a 6-month journey of embodiment, reflection, and transformation. Our focus for today is rooted and realigned, coming out of the summer season, transitioning into autumn, and just allowing ourselves to release what's no longer serving us and realign to our higher purpose and our highest self. Okay. Okay. So today, our workshop structure, our agenda for this evening, first we will arrive and ground together. Then I will guide you through a Reiki and sound healing session, as well as a guided meditation and journaling. Then we'll do some planning rituals, an intentional tea ceremony, and we also have Sarah here tonight. She does intentional tea ceremonies. And then we'll be doing a group oracle reading, and then any closing intentions and questions will be at the end. Okay. So a little bit about me for those of you who don't know. My name is Akira, also known as Anamkara Akira. I am an intuitive oracle, spiritual life coach, and Reiki healer, as well as an artist/creative. Over the past several years, I've studied and practiced mind, body, and spirit healing work, and now offer workshops, ceremonies, and one-on-one sessions. I'm passionate about teaching people how to embody their authentic selves so they can live a life that feels beautiful and fulfilling to them. My work is rooted in helping others expand their life toolbox with practices and perspectives that bring safety, connection, and self-love. Okay. Arrival and grounding. The theme for today is nervous system care, sacred structure, and grounded routine. So we're going to start by taking a moment to allow yourself to settle into the space that you're in, reminding yourself that it is safe to take up as much space as you need. Okay. So you can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. We're going to start by taking 3 cleansing breaths, and then we'll take 3 grounding breaths. So inhale, hold for a couple seconds, exhale, releasing any weight or baggage that you're carrying. Taking in another cleansing breath. Exhaling any weight. One last cleansing breath. Leaving anything that you've been carrying at the door. Now allow yourself to drop in a little bit deeper, taking 3 grounding breaths. Taking a nice inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Inhaling again through the nose, rooting yourself into the space around you. And exhale, feeling those roots growing deeper beneath your body. We're going to take one last grounding breath. Exhale slowly. Now I'd like you to think of one word for how you're arriving for today, or an intention that you'd like to set for today's session. Beautiful. Okay. Now that we have our intentions set, I'm going to ask you to soften your gaze and gently close your eyes again while I guide you through a meditation practice infused with Reiki healing. The intention for today's workshop is to root and realign ourselves through nervous system care, sacred structure, and grounded routine. I ask that you allow yourself to be open to receiving whatever healing you need from today's session. I'm going to start off with some angel frequencies, tuning fork. Align us to the energy of the angels around us, removing any negative energy that might be sitting in the space. Start by taking a deep breath in, welcoming in clarity, breathing in softness into the body, releasing any tension that you're holding, breathing into the body, imagining roots anchoring beneath you. Reminding yourself it is safe for you to slow down and receive. Allow your mind, body to relax. Allow yourself to be regrounded into the space around you, dropping your shoulders, unclenching your jaw, unclenching your jaw. You hear me a little bit better now? Allowing yourself to take up as much space as you feel in your heart right now, and then a little bit more space. Seeing with your mind's eye, roots growing beneath your body, watching these roots intertwine deeper into the ground beneath you. Taking notice of anything that comes up within your body without judgment. Taking notice and then allowing the thoughts to pass. Noticing where you've been carrying any tension in your body. If you've been clenching your jaw, your joints, your belly. Taking a moment to allow those parts of your body to rest and relax. Reminding yourself that you are safe within your body, that you are supported by the universe, even when seasons are transitioning, just like summer and autumn. You can say these affirmations out loud or to yourself silently, still allowing your roots to grow wider into the universe around you, with each breath. I am rooted, steady, and safe in my body. My breath resets and restores my nervous system. I honor the rhythms that keep me grounded. Taking another deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. It is safe for me to slow down and receive. Structure brings me peace, not restriction. I realign with what nourishes me deeply. I trust my body's wisdom to guide me back home. Taking a moment to let those affirmations integrate. As you slowly start to return to the space, allow the roots to still be planted beneath your body. Allow your mind and your heart to be clear, grounded. And when you're ready, you can return back to the space. Now we're going to do some reflection on anything that has come up, and we will also do some journal prompts together. So if you have your journal, now you can go ahead and take that out. Take a sip of water, stay hydrated. Notice how taking a moment to ground ourselves and meditate allows us to think from a clear perspective. This helps us in problem solving, decision making, and overall being productive. So our first journal prompt is, where do I need more structure? This could be in the workplace, this could be in balancing your personal life, in making sure that you have time to do things that you're passionate about. The next journal prompt is, what rhythms feel nourishing for me right now? Is it going for a walk to start your day? Is it sitting down and saying affirmations in front of the mirror before you start your day? Maybe it's having your own tea ceremony or journaling what you're grateful for. The next journal prompt is, what can I let go of from summer's chaos? If there was any chaos, I hope it wasn't too chaotic for everybody, but what can you let go of from summer as you transition into the autumn? What has no longer been serving you that you know you need to release? What needs to be transformed in life right now? Where are you wanting to experience rebirth and renewal within your life? Maybe it's letting go of overexerting yourself and saying yes to too many things that you know are going to spread you thin. I'm sorry, Sue. Okay. What helps me feel grounded? What helps me reset my energy? Maybe taking the first 30 minutes to not scroll or pick up your device when you start your day. Maybe taking a nice cleansing shower or walk outside in your favorite park. Maybe just taking 30 minutes at the start and end of your day to just sit with yourself. As you think over these reflections and journal prompts, notice how resetting your nervous system and grounding yourself into a rooted space makes you feel. And remind yourself that you're always able to access that stillness and that space of feeling rooted. All you have to do is call it in and ground yourself back into the present moment. Okay. The next part of today's workshop is sacred structure, the importance of embodying a grounded routine, and how to create a routine that makes you feel fulfilled. Now, I believe that there are people that thrive on structure, and there are people that struggle with structure. And I think that's okay. We just all need to figure out what works for us. And instead of comparing what somebody else's structure, routine, productivity might look like, that works for them, but focusing on what works for you. Okay, a question to ask yourself: how does the idea of structure and routine make you feel, and why? Do you find structure easy and necessary for your daily life? Do you value your routine? Do you struggle with creating structure in life, but know you need it in some way? Do you struggle with maintaining a routine when things are changing or transitioning in life? Or maybe you value the idea of structure but struggle to be consistent and with routine. Structure versus sacrifice. We often struggle with instilling structure into our routines and may feel like there's either one, not enough time between work, school, personal life, family, etc., or not enough resources. We might work a lot but still can't seem to create that balance that our spirit is craving. Structure versus sacrifice. When in fact, making the proper sacrifices will help you to embody consistency, a healthy routine, and structure within your life. Sacrifice spending money on fleeting things and other people's dreams. Invest into yourself and your own passions. Stop overcommitting and making time to fill other people's cups before you've committed to yourself and fill your own cup first. Commit to yourself before you commit to anything outside of yourself. Sacrifice scrolling at the start and end of your day for practices that actually make you feel fulfilled. Stop ignoring your spirit, stop scrolling, stop making excuses, and start feeling worthy. Start feeling worthy of allotting time for yourself and filling your cup before any of the responsibilities outside of yourself that make you feel worthy or look worthy on the outside. In a mundane way, in a 3D way. I want everybody to feel fulfilled in a 5D way. So what we fail to realize a lot of the time is, until we actually embody a grounded routine, is that creating and maintaining this type of personal structure actually helps us reverse the thoughts of not having enough time or resources. It proves to us that there is enough time and resources if you allot it. Allow ourselves to come home to feeling worthy of being able to receive without overexerting ourselves. The ability to exist and work towards your passions and show up as a pure, genuine human being is enough for you to receive. It's not what you can do for the next person. It's how you love yourself and how you take care of yourself so that you can better love and take care of others around you. That's what makes you worthy. It's nothing that you can overexert yourself doing. And it also helps us to think clearly and make decisions from a grounded state. rather than allowing chaos to consume us, fear to consume us. It allows you to maintain your sense of faith and clarity. Okay, reminder, you are worthy. You are worthy of taking time to fill up your cup first. I feel like that should be our first responsibility. And sometimes, you know, when we're caught up in life and with people we care about, with work, with just trying to balance things out, it's hard to find time. But even if you start by taking 5 extra minutes to yourself, 10 extra minutes for yourself, 15, you'll start to feel the difference, and you'll be able to stand in your power a little bit more and say no when you feel called to say no. And when your body and your spirit feels called to say yes, it should be a hell yes. If your spirit's not telling you hell yes, then it's telling you hell no, and it's not good for you. And move on. So fill your cup first. Let everyone else get your overflow. You are worthy of setting time aside for yourself before you tend to anything outside of you. Follow your heart and go where you feel guided. Do things that fill your heart space, make you feel most fulfilled, and help you work toward your purpose. You set the standard. You are worthy. Remaining rooted in yourself sets the standard for how others interact and treat you as well. Set the standard for that. You can't expect people to want to pour into you if you don't know how to pour into yourself fully yet. We lead by example. We inspire by living by example. Okay. The next part of tonight's workshop is planning rituals. So I'd like for everyone to set one grounding practice for October that you are going to integrate and incorporate into your daily routine. It doesn't have to be your daily routine. If that feels overwhelming, you could do a weekly routine. That's fine as well. But let's start off with something that feels attainable. So rising rituals and evening rituals. Personally, I love to have an hour rising ritual to start my day and an hour evening ritual to end my day. That's just what makes me feel most fulfilled. It's not something that I was able to integrate into my practice until I really, I had to force myself to. And that looks like maybe putting your phone in the other room so that you actually get done what you need to get done for yourself. But once I started to, then like I said, I started increasing those increments of how much time I pour into myself, and it's made such a difference with how I feel within my own body, my own heart, my own mental space, but also I see the difference in how other people interact and treat me as well, because you can tell when somebody pours into themselves. You can tell when somebody's overexerting themselves. And just taking that 5 extra minutes in the morning before you go take care of the kids, before you go to work, before you jump in the car to go fly to work, just taking those 5 minutes to say, okay, let me take a step back. Let me take notice of what's around me, what's coming up within me. Okay. Now maybe I'll take some cleansing breaths. Maybe I'll ground myself. Maybe I'll set an intention to let go of whatever is on my mind for that day. Or maybe I'm feeling super, super motivated, so I'm going to remind myself 3 things that I'm grateful for and set an empowering intention for the day. Little things like that. So rising rituals can look like gentle breath work or stretching before you open any screens or touch any devices. Sipping warm tea or coffee mindfully, speaking intentions into your drinks, speaking or writing a rising affirmation, going for a walk, journaling an intention for the day, or playing a grounding song or sound bath. Evening rituals, lighting a candle or dimming the lights to show your body that, okay, now is the time to rest, and kind of get yourself into the routine. Same way that we did when we were babies. We have you're going to sleep. Put yourself to bed. It's the same thing. If you need a bedtime story, maybe now your bedtime story is about healing, and it's about mind-body medicine. It's not so much, the cow jumping over the moon. Herbal tea or infused water for unwinding, speaking intentions into your drink again. Doing this at the start and the end of your day, I feel like is super intentional. I have not yet had the honor to do a tea ceremony with Sarah, but I'm sure she talks a lot about this, and the power of invoking and speaking intention into what we are putting into our bodies and how vital that actually is. And it's a simple practice, but I like to compare it to like when people talk to like rice or plants, and you speak really negatively to one, and then you speak really positively to the other, and they grow differently. The one that you speak to negatively gets moldy. It gets old really fast. The one that you speak light and love into, she's flourishing. And when we do this, you can also feel it within your body as well. Journaling 3 things from the day that you're grateful for, gentle stretch, yoga, self-Reiki practice, and having a no phone zone 30 minutes before sleep. I recommend doing that in the rising and in the evening. 30 minutes is, it's a good place to start. Realistically, an hour, because if you have an hour practice to start your day, you're probably unstoppable at that point. Choosing an affirmation to carry into your dreams. I think that is also one of my favorite evening rituals as well, is giving gratitude for the day that I had ahead, but also affirming what you want to carry over for the next day. I'm sorry if I didn't say Sarah when I said the tea ceremony. I was talking fast. Okay. Speaking intentions into what we consume and what nourishes our mind, body, spirit. What is an intentional tea ceremony? Intentional nourishment is the practice of blessing what we consume so it supports our mind, body, and spirit with presence and purpose. Example, taking a mindful sip of tea while affirming, I choose to fill myself with peace. Intentional nourishment. Why we pause with tea or water. Everything we consume, drink, and eat carries energy. A lot of the time, personally, I don't like to eat fast food because it's not always the best energetic food to be eating. You gotta think about it. These people are working in very fast-paced environments. They're not taking time to be intentional necessarily with the food that they are about to give to us, that we're about to put into our bodies. And people wonder why they feel the way that they feel when they go eat a Big Mac and French fries from McDonald's, as opposed to maybe going to your favorite local restaurant where, everything is farm to table. I know that's not always accessible to everybody, but, that's why I like to advise people to, if you like to cook and you can cook yourself, you know what I mean? Because you'll feel the difference within your body if you are speaking intention and taking your time to, clean the food that you are about to put into your body. Give thanks to all of the hands that touched it before it got into your plate. Give gratitude to the earth for being able to create something to nourish you. Little things like that kind of go over our heads because we get so caught up in the 3D world sometimes, and it's easy to. They make it very, very easy to. But when we slow down and bless what we take in, it becomes medicine for our mind, body, and spirit. Intention turns the ordinary into the sacred, and it's as simple as doing this with our water, our tea, our food, anything that we're going to be putting into our body, even your skincare routine, things like that. It's the little things. Okay. Intentional nourishment, how it supports our sacred self-work. It helps us to regulate the nervous system through mindful presence, teaches us to bring awareness into daily routines, and reminds us that self-care is not just what we do, but it's how we do it. Okay. Each sip is a chance to affirm, I choose to nourish myself with care and love. If you have tea or water with you right now, you can go ahead and try that practice. I advise just incorporating this into your daily life. Starting off with that simple practice and just taking notice of how you feel when you speak love and intention into what you are consuming, but also just into your body in general. Very, very beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to do a group oracle reading. And I picked 2 decks for us today. I have the Self-Care Oracle deck, and then also this Conscious Spirit Affirmation deck. So what does the collective need to know for tonight's workshop? What self-care do they need? While I'm pulling cards, I also put a journal prompt here for you guys. If you want to write that down before I pull the cards, and then after I pull them, you can answer it. What self-care does the collective need to move forward for their best and highest good? Okay, we got 52 to take a walk, 16, make an altar, 13, connect with the earth, and then on the bottom of the deck, we have look for fairies. Okay, let me break this down for you guys real quick. So, taking a walk. Taking notice, whenever I see this card, they're very aware of the darkness, but they choose to walk in the light. They don't try and erase it. They don't try and diminish it or act like it's not there. They allow it to be there beside them, and maybe it comes into your path sometimes, and that's okay. Her eyes are open. I know you probably can't see that. They're not closed. So she's aware. She's wearing purple, crown chakra, and she's not really looking behind her. She continues to look forward. This card always makes me feel like allowing yourself to just give yourself grace. And if you, I don't know if you can see this, but this is actually another person here. So she's walking down the windy road, but that's also a person right there. So, and notice how she has blonde hair, she has dark hair. You know, her skin is green. But everything is intertwined. I think taking a moment to go outside into nature and see how everything is so divinely intertwined and connected and beautiful allows you to remind yourself that it's okay for you to take up the same amount of space, that your journey is not linear. It's divine. 16, we have make an altar. So I'm not sure who in here is too familiar with making altars and altar spaces, but you know, if you're new to it, I would recommend just maybe do one for your inner child or an ancestor that you know you always feel their energy or you carry them with you all the time. I would start by cleansing a space, a designated space, and adding all 4 elements. You want to do earth, air, fire, water. Spirit will be whatever spirit you are invoking, whether that's your ancestor or your inner child self. I think that's a great altar to start with as well. And yeah, put some candles there, put your loved one's favorite snacks as an offering. Make sure you have wine, water, something of that sort, tea. You can also light a candle for them, flowers, put their favorite colors, things like that. And allow yourself to feel connected and supported with not just what you can see in the 3D, but what you can feel in the 5D, because you're not just supported by 3-dimensional things, you are supported by 5-dimensional things as well. That's your angels, your ancestors, your guides. You are supported by love in the universe. Okay. And then we have connect with earth again. I find it very interesting that like these ones are telling us to go outside and we still have 80-degree weather over here, so I hope everybody takes advantage of that while we can before seasonal depression kicks in. So connecting with the earth, there's a bunch of crystals here, and again, like, I don't know, I personally have also been going on a lot of nature walks lately and noticing that the feeling of stillness exists, but stillness really doesn't exist in nature. It's always moving, it's always flowing, and it's just so imperfectly perfect. And I think just looking at a tree, as simple as it is so grounding, obviously, but just reminds us that like these trees have been here for thousands of years, some of them, and they have seen more things than we ever have. Imagine if we saw everything that maybe a tree saw. Like, that would be insane. How do they carry all of that? They just do. They let it pass. That's why they don't carry it with them. They just exist. They sway. They allow the wind to move through them. They allow themselves to feel the ground beneath them. They, you know, reach out their branches and touch maybe another tree in 5 years, you know. They do all of these beautiful things just naturally. And I think it's easy to get caught up in how, especially because of the place that we live, it's easy to get caught up in how fast-paced life can be, and nature just reminds us that it's only as fast-paced as we make it, because it's not fast-paced for them. You know? Okay, and then looking for fairies. I love seeing this card because it reminds us of how magical life can really be if we open ourselves up to it. So imagine setting the intention for the day, or your intention for the next day if you're doing your nightly routine. Set the intention for, I wonder what magical thing is going to happen tomorrow. I wonder what magic I'm going to be able to experience. I wonder, you know, what wonderful things the world has to offer me tomorrow. I can't wait. Just allowing yourself to genuinely feel that energy. I would love to hear what happens the next day. Okay? I'm going to take a photo of this and hopefully we could put it in the chat after. Beautiful. I want to just pull an affirmation card too. Thank you guys for bearing with me with the sound thing. I'm sorry that was so annoying earlier. I appreciate your time and patience. Okay. What affirmation does the collective need tonight? To feel rooted and realigned in your purpose, on your journey. Archangel Raphael. I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. At the bottom of the deck we have number 44, integration. I combine body, mind, and soul to lift all of humanity into a new dimension. And then we got 33, Sun Goddess. I celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. It's your sign to get some vitamin D and allow the light codes to integrate and arise within you. That's what I like to do when I sit out in the sun. Don't stare at the sun, but just allow yourself to soak up the energy of it. Okay, and now we can go back and reflect to our journal prompt. How does this reading align with the intentions you've set tonight? If it aligned for you. Okay. Okay. Closing intentions after tonight's workshop. I hope you feel rooted and realigned within yourself. I hope you gained maybe a new perspective or insight on nervous system care, sacred structure, and grounded routine, and learned the importance of embodying sacred structure within yourself. Some homework for you is doing a daily check-in, asking yourself, am I in rhythm with myself? And just giving yourself one sentence if you feel called to write about it, journal, reflect, do that as well. But just taking time, 5 minutes at the beginning or the end of your day. And I recommend doing it at the beginning of your day because then you could at least, reset. Sometimes if you do it at the end of your day, it might feel like you wasted the day or something, but you never wasted the day as long as you came to the conclusion you needed to. And then next month, I'm also offering another workshop, part 2 of my 6-part series. October is about shadow and sobriety, learning self-trust and boundaries. That'll be October 28th from 7 to 8 p.m. Thank you for holding this sacred space with me. Follow Anamkara Akira and My Fire and Spirit for more offerings, future events, and workshops. This was a live recording. I appreciate you all for holding this space with me. And I'll go ahead and open up the chat. If